Has gaming gotten too gay? That was one of the questions posed while watching a video by Andy Pants Gaming titled Who Killed Masculinity in Video Games? I reacted to this video on stream and ended up getting into a very interesting conversation with a good friend of mine. It's an interesting topic in my opinion, so I decided that I'd turn it into a video. I'll leave a link to the video I reacted to in the description, and with that said, ladies and gentlemen, let's get right into it.
Does anybody else feel like masculinity has slowly been drained from modern video games? I was looking at recent staff photos of Ubisoft and Halo Infinite developers, and it's all starting to make sense. It's a bunch of fat, white, liberal women. And
alright, first 15 seconds. So far, first of all, that was from Call of Duty World War II. That was 2017. That was not... Holy fuck. No, that was a while ago, yeah. That was 7 years ago. Jesus Christ.
White liberal women have no interest in masculine, manly, male characters. They wouldn't even know how to write one if they tried.
Okay, Halo Infinite was not that bad. And it didn't seem like it was that... I mean, at launch, I guess, it was pretty bad. But it's come around. And that's not... I don't think that's a good thing at all. I think games should come out finished. They should not release unreleased games. I fucking hate that. That is something they need to work on. But is that the fault of liberal white women? That is the question, I guess.
This is why Rockstar, a company founded by men that at least in 2018 was still mostly run by men, created the magnum opus Red Dead Redemption 2, a game with a manly, well-written main protagonist, Arthur Morgan. If you want to see the seismic shift away from masculine characters, honestly...
No way. People in the LGBTQ community take up most of the population? No, that's not true. 7.1% of US adults identify as LGBT. Where are you getting your facts from, my friend? But what I was saying, that's adults, Carter? It's mostly, 7 to 9% of youth. Either way, there's like 7 to 9%. What is the source? Movement Advancement Project. While few nationally representative, large surveys of youth ask about sexual orientation and gender identity, best estimates suggest that 7 to 9% of youth identify as lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, or queer. And also, children can refuse if they don't want to expose themselves, because those results are shared by a parent. Okay, but 7 to 9%? 7 to 9%. You think most people under 18 are gay? Even if you accounted for those who were like closeted or whatever, you still would not get that much. You couldn't. I would say like 20% at most. Let big companies pander towards gay people. I mean, that's a perfectly fine opinion to have, like totally. But like the majority of gamers are not gay, or the majority of even people in the United States, like you suggested, are not gay.
All you need to do is play a few games from 2006, and you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. Consider how many masculine military games came out in the 2000s. Medal of Honor, Call of Duty, Brothers in Arms, Gears of War, Operation Flashpoint, Rainbow Six, Ghost Recon, Splinter Cell. All of these games were starring men and had themes like brotherhood, duty, sacrifice, honor. Almost all of these franchises have either been killed off, turned into multiplayer games, or went woke. I often wonder why so few modern games appeal to me. And I think another big reason is this. Everything is just so gay now. Almost every character in these new games is either gay, lesbian, bisexual, trans, or something else. Like, what happened to a masculine dude with a hot chick on his arm? I love the idea of Xbox Game Pass, but I swear every time I open it up and look for new games, there's just so much Game Pass.
That's New Vegas. Transgender and non-binary community games. Is Fallout New Vegas a transgender or non-binary community game? If it is, then this guy's argument is kind of not very good. Because that came out in, what, 2009?
Where every time I open it up and look for new games, there's just so many games that look gay now.
Yes, Train Sim World 4 looks very gay. Duke Nukem is canonically gay? Seriously? Okay, apparently there's a Reddit thing there. I'm seeing the gay robot sidekick, but I don't, is it the Reddit post? I refuse to use Reddit as a source. If you tell me to click on the Reddit source, I'm going back to the video.
I refuse to play another cutesy 2D platformer or a game with a cutesy art style by some indie developer anymore. I'm just done with these games.
But a lot of those games are good though, man.
If you want my 100% real thoughts on this, I just think the entire video game industry has gone woke and gay, and almost nothing they are making appeals to me in any way anymore. So this is why I mostly play 20-year-old games on my channel, because they were just better. I was recently reading an insider interview about what went down at Volition Studios with the...
Okay, I get like the idea that video games were better back in the day, but I've had comments on my videos, like on the Xbox video, when I said that the Xbox 360 era was the golden age of gaming. They disagreed, and they thought that the NES era was the golden age of gaming. I think everybody, whatever generation you started gaming on or come from, or is the most nostalgic to you, is going to be the peak era of gaming.
The disastrous Saints Row reboot from an inside source. This source said that the LGBTQ community within the company was actually pretty small, but they are the loudest and the most annoying, and the company leadership chose to promote these people into key roles. And that's how you get the absolute dumpster fire of a game that was Saints Row 2022. I think what you have at a lot of these game studios is about 80% of the staff is probably just...
I will say, I mean, I see what this guy is saying when he shows us this game. Those guys clearly look gay. I ain't even gonna lie. He definitely chose the right game to make an example
hetero dudes trying to do their job, but they're afraid of speaking up or saying what they actually think. And then you have the LGBTQ folks making decisions about what kind of game to make. And everything just ends up being safe and soft and sensitive because, oh, we can't hurt anybody's feelings. So, of course, you get these shitty dumpster fire video games that nobody wants to play. After reading a lot of insider interviews at these developers, this is my sense of what has been happening. This recent Reddit thread was written by an actual game developer and made me realize this. It reads, headline,
"Am I allowed to say this? I kind of hate gamers. I'm a professional game designer, and I'm worried that I'm starting to hate gamers. Watching the gaming events on YouTube last month with the chat on was extremely disheartening experience. Every time a character that wasn't a cis-het white man appeared on screen, the chats would fill with messages calling the game woke or complaining about DEI. Every game that wasn't a shooter or a hyper-casual competitive online game garnered zzz and boring comments. I've seen people implying that the MC in Fable trailers is ugly because it's a self-insert of some random level designer working at Playground whom they deemed not fuckable enough. I don't know, it's just the internet magnifying negative voices, I guess, doing what it does best. But it's making me real tired of gamers."
So at this point, it seems that games journalists and all of the liberal LGBT mafia that work at game studios actually hate their audience.
Okay, but I don't think... Is this guy going to go over, like, what the actual substance of that Reddit comment was? Because I think there are genuine problems to be found in that Reddit, like, in that post. Like, the people saying those kind of thing in chat, comments about people's appearance, that's not okay. When it comes to, you know, the issue that I would have with that Reddit comment is not all gamers are like that. It's a pretty big generalization, you know, when you see an example of sexism or racism or homophobia or whatever. Of course, you know, you should denounce that, but to generalize an entire fan base because there are a couple deranged losers, it's not okay.
And this is a comment I keep reading from you guys again and again. I swear they literally hate us. They seem to be dead set on giving their audience exactly what we don't want. How long is your business going to be open if you're dead set on not giving the customer what they want? This is why when skanks like Alyssa Mercante are crying about Kotaku shutting down and losing their jobs, and game studios are going under because they were associated with Sweet Baby Inc.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about. Sweet Baby Inc. Now, I'll just say this here because I had a little bit of trouble putting this into words on stream, but I don't think the increase in diversity in video games is making those games worse. I think prioritizing diversity over making a genuinely good game is the real issue. Now, in case you don't know what Sweet Baby Inc. is, it's basically a company that works with studios to basically blackmail them into adding diversity into their video games, even when it is completely unnecessary, forcing those studios to make diversity their #1 priority, while putting important things such as story and gameplay on the back burner.
Remember Elden Ring? Remember how the woke mob tried to accuse FromSoft games of having, quote, problematic depictions of women? Oops, sold 25 million copies. At this point, making an offensive game seems to guarantee that game's success. We could talk about Stellar Blade, pissing off all of the liberal progressives, and yet everybody went out and bought it. Okay, so in the rest of this video, I want to give you 4 examples of a game or game series going from masculine to feminine or gay, and it basically either killed or ruined the franchise. Number 1, Ubisoft and Red Storm Entertainment. So Red Storm Entertainment was a video game company founded by the legendary...
Okay, I'll say this about Ubisoft. Ubisoft just sucks. They fell into the whole Fortnite Epic Games thing, microtransactions, creating the dumbass launcher, the dumbass subscription services for no reason that don't help anyone. Assassin's Creed is the same thing all the time. Same thing every year, or every few years. I don't know how often the Assassin's Creed games come out. Ghost Recon got boring after Breakpoint. Now, this kind of highlights one of Andy Pant's weaker side of the argument. I referenced Ghost Recon Breakpoint there. That game was an absolute dumpster fire on release, and it took a very long time for it to get its footing and become a somewhat decent game. It's okay now. It gets kind of repetitive and boring after a while, though. So overall, it's just not a great game. However, it is a very masculine game with a very masculine protagonist. And I think that's an example of how masculinity by itself is not what makes a game good. And I think the decrease in masculinity in video games that we've been seeing over the years isn't really a contributing factor to the decrease in quality of those games. I hate Ubisoft not because they're gay, but they've just been really, really bad. They've made horrible decisions with how they go about making their games, releasing their games, and maintaining their games.
Tom Clancy to make Tom Clancy video games. He sold the company to Ubisoft in the year 2000, and Ubisoft in the 2000s actually had some balls and made some of the manliest games you've ever seen. There were the Splinter Cell games, the Ghost Recon games, the Rainbow Six games, and the Far Cry games. All of these games pretty much feature exclusively men, and these IPs in the 2000s had so much testosterone, just a single glance from a woman in their direction would get her pregnant. I mean, motherfucking Sam Fisher, come on. The dude is the ultimate Giga Chad. Scott Mitchell in Ghost Recon. Now, you pick your own character in Far Cry 2, but it's definitely a manly game that will put hair on your chest. So what is Red Storm Entertainment up to today?
You know what else will put hair on your chest? Probably not playing video games. Maybe, work out, go outside. I feel like that'd be a better way, Like, I don't... And this guy, fantasizes, I don't want to say fantasizes, but is so caught up on the masculinity of the main characters. And I don't understand, and I don't get why. Like, he just has to have a manly protagonist in order to like the game. That's his criteria for a good game.
Well, I recently saw that Tom Clancy's The Division Heartland is being led by a man who dresses in women's clothes in his free time. Now, look, I don't give a shit if you want to identify as a dragon and go around laying magic eggs, but can we agree that the least masculine thing on earth you can do is dress in women's clothes? Number 2, Wolfenstein. So I was recently playing Wolfenstein The New Order for the first time, which came out in 2014. And I have to say, of all the games I was sure were going to avoid woke Western progressivism, this game was pretty high up there. The first 3 entries of the reboot were all fantastic. They had the badass BJ Blazkowicz, an absolute unit, as the main character, ripping apart entire armies of Nazis with the sexy and smart Anya as his arm candy and wife. Do you suppose it's a good idea to kill off that guy and replace him with cringy girl boss characters? Wolfenstein Youngblood came out in 2019, and it's an absolute tone-deaf disaster. So many modern video games, I find myself asking, who...
Okay, I think this one is a good example. I think Wolfenstein is one of those situations where they prioritize diversity. Like, they added mainly female characters, much more diverse cast. And, there's nothing wrong with that, but I think that's what they prioritized over the story.
Who wanted this? Who asked for this? The Wolfenstein reboot had the perfect synergy of story and gameplay. You are BJ Blazkowicz, unleashing his rage on the Nazis for killing everyone he loved. You see this come across in his brutal assassinations, like sticking a rusty pipe through the eye socket of an SS Waffen commander. But the setup to Wolfenstein Youngblood is incredibly cringe. In it, you play as BJ's daughters, and they're honestly nothing like him. The first time you kill somebody, they don't really want to do it, and when they finally kill the guy, they have to have lattes and talk about it afterwards. Youngblood is a perfect example of how...
Okay, yeah, I get that. Like I said, Wolfenstein would be the one where I think he gets this right. Like, it's a game about killing Nazis. How hard is it to make a game about killing Nazis?
A cutscene can go so wrong in a game. Example number 3, Gears of War. The first 3 games focus on Marcus, Dom, Cole, and Baird and tell a masculine story of brotherhood. Well, the progressive woke mob somehow got to Gears of War, and Gears 4 and 5 are about sisterhood, motherhood, being a traitor, and what it feels like to be a woman. They introduced the character of Kate Diaz, who I don't think anybody gives a single fuck about.
Yeah, and a lot of it is also relatability. To the people who played Gears of War before, that's probably not very relatable. A lot of people, I see why a lot of people wouldn't care.
What they should have done is put Kate in a spin-off game, not a mainline Gears entry. But here's the problem, of course, nobody would have bought it. So unfortunately, Gears 4 and 5 are basically girl boss, feminist Gears of War, and any masculine story about men is put on the back burner. Of course, the games include Baird and Marcus in them, but they're really on the back burner, and Gears is now about Kate Diaz, who I've never talked to a Gears fan even cares about. Moving on, example number 4, the Saints Row reboot. Saints Row spent 10 years building up characters and building up a very distinctive and edgy and male sense of humor. It's the kind of stuff you and the guys would laugh at. Some of the recurring characters...
Okay, I will say this, these images look nothing like the clip he played for Saints Row 2022.
in Saints Row are Johnny Gat, Julius, Aisha, Shondi, and several others. In these games, the men are men and the women are women. Johnny is edgy and hilarious and always has a hot chick on his arm. The humor is crude and hilarious, and the Saints are always getting into trouble. So what went wrong with the reboot? Well, the woke 2022 reboot thought it was a good idea to kill off every single character from the old Saints Row games, and I guess they thought we would be cool with that?
Oh. Yeah, I would see why people wouldn't like that. Images of the covers of the original Saints Row look more gay than anything? What are you talking about, man? Well, that just looks like... how does that look gay? And how does that not look as gay as... Hold on, where is it? This! Look at that guy. How is that less gay than this? I don't know, bro.
But don't worry, all of the beloved characters you've come to know and love have been replaced with tokenistic characters from a literal seminar on diversity. You've got the gay Asian man, the girl boss lesbian, another girl boss lesbian, and the gay black guy. The LGBTQ mafia didn't just kill Saints Row, they crucified it on a rainbow flag. And this is what you get, guys. This is what you fuckers get for supporting these people. They turn out shitty games that aren't funny, that aren't cool, that aren't masculine.
Okay, and this is the valid part of his argument. I mean, not everything of what he just said, but like what I'm about to say. The valid part of his argument is games had a fan base for a specific genre of game, and then they changed it. You can't type it all now, but you call. Why don't you call me right now? You can give me your thoughts right now. That would be actually a really good idea if you just called me right now. We talk about it.
The first two Saints Row games, yeah, great covers. But from 3 onward, you cannot tell me those aren't the gayest images you've ever fucking seen.
Those are not the gayest images I've ever fucking seen.
3 is literally 3 guys walking down a runway. You can't tell me that's not gay.
Okay, but like, I'm telling you that's not gay, dude. I'm telling you that's not gay.
4 and 5 are literally the most gayest shit I've ever seen.
What are you
Literal
talking
5
about?
has a man with fucking wings, damn it.
So what? Bro, he's...
Clearly.
Okay, in the last one, he's coming out of hell,
enough time.
shooting demons with his guns, leather jacket, white t-shirt, jeans. Like, how is that gay? That is one of the least gay covers I've ever seen in my life for a video game.
That is the most gayest cover I've ever seen.
What?
And I kid you not. That is something that I would see on a gay person's wall as a poster, Carter.
No.
That is a poster on a gay man's wall.
You're crazy.
Yeah.
You're crazy.
Yeah. That is the type of shit that a gay man would Photoshop himself to look like, Carter.
But that's because gay dudes are attracted to dudes.
Not even just gay dudes. Lesbians, Carter, would have that on their fucking wall.
Dude.
That is the gayest shit I've ever seen.
What looks gay, Logan? What looks gay? This does not look gay to me, okay? whatever this is, you're telling me those covers are gayer than this dude in the floral jacket with the...
They are on the exact same level of gayness.
No, the glasses that I bet he doesn't
Yeah.
even need. The flower on his lapel, that's crazy. And this dude with the
I'm just
pink
telling you
headphones
from
around his
the-
neck, completely shirtless, with the hearts, whatever, they look like hearts carved into his hair, and a pineapple and milk. Like, what is this? What is that with the trans flag color bracelet? You cannot tell me that is less gay.
I don't know
Fuck
what to
you,
tell
Logan.
Carter.
You're just trying to
telling you
agree.
this-
Nah, you're just trying to
I'm
to
telling
agree
you
with
this
Lucas.
from the standpoint of somebody that is gay. Those are some of the gayest shit I've ever fucking seen.
gayer than this guy right here, standing here.
No, the same level of gay.
Say
Keep
no,
the
it is
fuck up,
not.
Carter.
No, it is not.
Yes.
Not even close. Not even close.
Yes,
It's not the same level at all. You guys are crazy.
they are.
You guys are.
They are, Carter. They are.
You know what? I'm gonna turn this into a video. I'll upload it to YouTube, and you'll see in the comments. You'll see.
Most of the people that are going to comment are going to be cis males with a fucking masculinity disorder.
What do you mean masculinity disorder? So people who agree with me have a masculinity disorder.
No, people that are going to agree with the fact that gays have just ruined their favorite gaming series
Okay.
are going to be
Okay.
cisgendered white males.
But that's the majority of people who play these games.
You think that no gay people have ever played or liked Saints Row?
No, I'm not
pretty
saying that.
sus.
You know I'm not
pretty
saying that.
sus.
I'm saying the vast
That's pretty
majority.
sus.
I'm saying the vast
pretty sus.
majority, like 90%.
Okay, boomer.
Bro, oh my god. You know, I was like
Okay,
crapping
boomer.
on this video. I think I'm being objective here, okay?
Sorry, you're cutting out like legitly. I can't hear a fucking
No,
word you're
Logan, you're
saying.
not joining the call. That looks pretty gay to me. I don't know, man. Like,
They both look pretty gay.
no,
Yes,
no,
yes,
no,
yeah,
no.
yeah.
I think you're crazy.
I think you might be a little crazy.
I think you guys are crazy. Like, dude is dressing in the most basic shit other than a suit. It's so just like average dude, just normal stuff. I don't get it. Like, it's just.
I'm just saying that the images of the covers give off the vibe of, yeah, that's gay.
The only gay thing about the guy is the pink headphones, not the trans-colored bracelets or the pink headphones or the pineapple tattoo.
He just likes the color pink and pineapple.
Oh my
You
god.
don't know if he's gay. It's
Oh
only
my
in the
god.
context.
What
of
the
this.
trans bracelet?
is he
The
gay?
trans bracelet.
He just likes those colors.
Oh,
Damn.
fuck off. No.
You don't like a man that likes just some colors? Goodness.
Logan, you're trolling. You're actually trolling. That's just basic style. Get out of here, man. Get out of here. Logan's just trolling.
I
He
mean,
has
he's
no.
not wrong.
What?
It's just 2023 style in a nutshell.
No, it is not! Dude.
Clearly, you didn't see the runway in 2023. God damn.
No. You think most people actually dress like that?
Again, have you been to California or Florida
I bet if I did,
or Texas?
the majority of people would dress normally.
No.
Yeah.
You forget how fucking weird California
Maybe anybody
and
under the age of
Florida
20
are.
would dress like that.
Wow, it's almost like we don't have a lot of people that are older than 20. Because maybe they're all dead.
Lucas.
Weirdest fucking shit I've ever heard right there. Crazy.
22% of the American population is 18 and under.
18 and under.
Yes. So unless
We're not talking about 18 and under.
yeah, we're talking about 20 and
going
under.
from
So
20.
unless 70% of the population is age ranges 18 to 20? No. Okay,
No.
I'm going to give my final thoughts on this video.
All right.
I think the idea that putting gay people and gay things in video games does not make it worse. I think the fact that games are getting worse and have been getting worse for a few years has to do with other completely unrelated poor decisions. I feel
And for development.
yeah, I feel like adding diversity, prioritizing diversity over story and gameplay can make a game worse, and does in many
Yeah.
circumstances. But
I
that is
do
not the main
concur
issue.
with that.
Yeah, that is not the main issue, and I feel like people are focusing
It's
on
not
that.
the main issue.
If you want to see the rest of this conversation and the debates that precede it, check out my second channel, Carter Tusock. So yeah, that's pretty much it for today's video. What do you guys think? What is killing the gaming industry? Is it the lack of masculinity? Is it poor decisions at these studios? Or is it the fact that you're probably not subscribed? So subscribe to fix the gaming industry. But with that said, I hope you all enjoyed today's video. Go check out Andy Pant's video. It was well put together, and although I don't agree with everything, he made some pretty valid points. So yeah, that's it. Like, subscribe, all that good stuff, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Have a wonderful day.